The blind climber who touched the sky. Erik Weihenmayer was only a boy when the world began to blur. Shadows crept into his vision like a fogged window, and by the time he was 13, the darkness was complete. Diagnosed with retinitis pigmentosa, a rare degenerative eye condition, Erik watched, metaphorically, as the light of his world was extinguished forever. Doctors were gentle but firm. He will never lead a normal life, they told his parents. He'll need to adjust to a world with limits. But Erik, even in the depths of that pitch-black adolescence, rejected the notion of limitation. If the world wouldn't open its arms to him, he would break it open with his own hands. In high school, while other students spent weekends at the movies or at parties, Erik found something extraordinary: rock climbing. His first attempt was almost laughable. He groped at the jagged surface of a small rock wall, his fingers trembling, knees scraping raw. How could someone climb what he could not see? But climbing was more than sight. It was about touch, instinct, trust. Erik learned to listen, to his guides, to the wind, to the quiet hint of the stone beneath his palms. He memorized routes by texture and slope, committed each crevice and ledge to muscle memory. He fell. A lot. He bled. He bruised. He cried in private. But he climbed again the next day. Soon, he was climbing alongside sighted climbers. And not just small indoor walls, real cliffs, towering rock faces in Colorado, Yosemite, the Andes. Each challenge was a conversation between his body and the earth. Erik wasn't just climbing, he was rewriting what it meant to be blind. But no one expected what came next. In 2001, Erik stood at the base of Mount Everest, staring up into a sky he could not see but could feel pressing down on him. The wind whispered with menace. The mountain loomed like a frozen giant. Climbers from around the world prepared beside him, but many doubted. "It's suicide," someone muttered. "There's no way a blind man makes it up there." They didn't know Erik. For months before the expedition, Erik had trained relentlessly: endurance hikes, strength drills, altitude acclimatization. He surrounded himself with a team of climbers and guides who believed in him and trusted his resolve. They didn't coddle him. They didn't need to. Then the climb began. At first, progress was steady. Erik moved inch by inch, his hands tracing icy rock and rope. His teammates called out precise instructions: 2 steps left, then up, careful, crevasse ahead. Each call was a lifeline. He relied on his hearing, his memory, his touch. The cold bit into his skin. Ice crystals clung to his eyelashes. Every breath was a struggle. Higher up, the mountain turned savage. Blizzard screamed across the slopes. Erik's fingers turned numb beneath his gloves. The dreaded Khumbu icefall shifted beneath their feet like a field of cracking glass. He crossed ladders laid across bottomless crevasses, feeling only the hollow space beneath each step. At 26,000 feet, they entered the death zone, where oxygen thins, and every movement is agony. Erik's lungs clawed for air. His legs trembled. His thoughts blurred. Voices around him faded. Doubt crept in. "Turn back. You've done enough. No one will blame you." But in that dark moment, Erik heard another voice, the one that had echoed in him since childhood. His father's voice, steady and resolute. "The only true disability is a crushed spirit." Those words struck deeper than any ice pick. With a final surge of strength, Erik forced his body onward. He dragged his feet, leaned into the freezing wind, and followed the faint crunch of crampons ahead. Step by step, he ascended into the thinning air until... On May 25, 2001, Erik Weihenmayer became the first blind person in history to reach the summit of Mount Everest. At 29,035 feet, he stood with his team above the clouds. The wind screamed. The snow gleamed under sunlight he could not see. Tears welled in his eyes and froze instantly on his cheeks. He raised his arms skyward. He had done it, not because he had no fear, but because he refused to let fear win.